Hello and welcome to Big Beer Tony Plays Blood Bowl 2. This team is a Lino Drawn. It's a team made entirely of linemen, except for one ogre. They're a bit of a silly team. I've been running them for a while, and I'd just like to introduce you to them quickly. You'll see where they're at so far, and then I'll take you through the 7 or so games that I've played in the Cabal Vision Open League. So this is a Lino Drawn Adventures in the Open League. Let's have a look at the team so far. Okay. So these first 3 guys are no skills: Max Power, Al McDougall, Rango Django. Then we've got a kicker, Hernando Higgin. Norris the Ponce Pod, who's a wrestle guy that I stick on the line or in front of my rule of 5. We've got Dick Crash Mayfair, the dirty player. Norbert Boker, another wrestle player. Then we've got the kind of stars. Number 8, Dingo the Drunk, he's quite good, with Block, Tackle and Frenzy for flavour. Bernard Slappy Graham, obviously a bit hurt, but with our only guard player on the team, it's quite essential that we keep him. Brian Mung, an age 4 Block, Tackle Lino. Bert Kismet, another age 4 Block, Strip Ball Pro Lino. And Bob the Cad Cat's the star of the team and our team captain. He's Strength 4, Agility 4, Sure Hands, with the Strength upgrade, Block, Dodge, and the Agility upgrade came last and most recently. So this is where they're at now. I'm going to show you how they got there. The club has a referee rest area, meaning that both teams receive a bribe at no cost at the beginning of my home games. We're sponsored by McMurty's. Their record is 19 wins, 9 draws and 13 losses, but not all of these games were played in the Cabal Vision official league, open league. And here we are today playing in Dedin Murray versus Ganesh Kill. Ganesh Kill are a Nurgle team. The coach is Actaris47. A lovely bunch here. Here are the Linos. Handsome lads decked out in their beige and platinum uniforms. Uniforms. The referee tosses the coin and it looks as though we have chosen to receive. Let's just switch the view here and pause for a second. Yeah, I'd like to just take a minute to explain the ethos behind this team. I know that it's a little silly. Some of you may even find it boring. But for me, I find it a particularly interesting challenge. Not because I'm the best player. I'm maybe reasonably decent, not even particularly good. But this team is partly a training tool, partly a lot of fun. The aim being to try and do as well as you can with as little resources, and in that I kind of see them like halflings. So sometimes you have to ride your luck a bit. I don't always make the best calls. I'm quite happy to learn, so feel free to criticize me in the comments if you watch this video and think I need the help. I certainly do. But without any more blether, let's just have a quick look at the team as they stand. Now, this was a few games ago, so I might just edit out that bit where I was wiggling the camera all around. Okay, while they're selecting the team, I'll just go back over us and play. So yeah, here we've got Bob Katz. He's going to be quite pivotal for us in this game with his strength 4. We've also got the 2 age 4 guys who we did have a few games ago. Brian Mung and where is he? There he is. Bert. Okay. So we're going to do a little bit of an analysis here and see what we did right, what we did wrong, what we could do better, and hopefully I will get better at the game, and you might get to have a small glimpse inside the weird head of mine that decided to do something like this. Throw a rock. Takes out Beastman on the right wing. Okay. We'll pause there and just have a quick look. Ooh. Already rushing into the action here. I obviously planned this. I want my guard to rush in there. I'm not entirely sure that this works out well for me. I didn't get the result that I wanted, I believe. But we'll just watch how it plays out with the guard rushing into that central point between these two players. That's Bernard Graham. Okay. We score a hit here with Norbert. We get a stun. Mutant Bollocks Forest, the ogre, shoves their beast. We re-roll foul appearance there, and Bob gets his digs in. No armor breaks there, except on this guy. No armor break there. And that gives us a nice double skulls here because we used the reroll on Bernard. They haven't even recovered the ball yet, so we'll see how that works out for us now. What would I have done better there? Maybe I wouldn't have re-rolled the foul appearance. Maybe. But I probably would, because I didn't want to take a hit on any of these guys. I was fairly confident that the rest of my turn was going to play out well. I'd probably do it very similarly. I'm quite relatively happy with my position. I probably would have liked to have got a foul in. Let's have a look at the induce, what we were able to induce. Huh. Can't seem to bring it up at the moment. Never mind. Okay, we'll carry on. There we go. I induced an apothecary. I think that's just my apothecary. So I've got the fame anyway. No, I'm pretty sure he's doing all the right things here. He's putting me under extreme pressure as early as he can on the front line. Yeah, this is probably why I wouldn't have done. And he's dead. Apo. Miss next game. There we go. That's good. Okay. That was their turn. The first thing I do now is recover the ball and try and get it to a safe distance. By this stage I'm not feeling too hopeful, but I try to recover my players on this side. Now I think I've got to take the opportunity to take a hit here. It's not worth me dodging away. I don't have very many rerolls left. It's still quite early in the drive. But we take this hit. No dice. Cheeky foul. You and the parasite is stunned, and that is Dick Crash Mayfair sent off for, let's see what dice log says. Through the armour, double one on the injury. There we are. Lovely. Be surprised at how often I roll double ones for armour or injury. Okay. hard up on the line here on turn 2. To show you the pressure that's being put under here. Here's the blitz. Rerolled and unsuccessful. So should have a little bit of spare material for the next turn. Dingo takes some hit. Right. And our third turn, let's see what we can concoct. Cover here. Pull the ball carrier back. Who have we got on ball carrying duty today? Brian Munn, right. So our ogre failed the foul appearance roll there, and apparently I tried a reroll. And then tried to dodge away from Beast. I can't really defend my play at the moment. I think I'm a little bit desperate here. I think what I was trying to do was bring him across into this space in order for me to get hit here. But as I said, I think I was getting a bit desperate by this stage. He obviously changed his mind about what he wanted to do there. Right, he needs a friend to give him some support. There we go. So as you can see, by this stage, I'm feeling the pressure somewhat. I've had a couple of turns not work out for me, and I've only had a couple of turns where I've made particularly poor decisions about placement. Re-roll just to get the power there so I could get this guy through, because this is desperation territory and I want to move the ball upfield as fast as possible. Maybe have a chance of defending against the touchdown that's coming. But you know, these are never well considered decisions here. So a dodge there, a naked dodge, 2+. Only to 1-it on a 4+ pass with no reroll. I don't know why I would do that. Maybe I should have punted it. But either way, on a 1, wouldn't have had much joy. Once again, maybe shouldn't have spent the reroll here, trying to break my guy through. As a result, our makeshift quarterback is now lying on the floor away from the ball. We've totally lost our position and our shape, and now it's a matter of survival and trying not to lose too many players. Covers the potential scoring threat at the back should this all go wrong, but I don't think it's going to go wrong at this stage. There we go. First action I take is with the ogre for my next turn and end up with a turnover. Probably shouldn't have done that either. Not when there was a decent blitz and cover option here. Thinking now that he's committed to this, he has to score, eh? No, maybe not. There we go. A particularly poor drive from the lineman. Two in the Cas box versus none in the Cas box. And they'll be kicking to us again, so we'll see what we can do here. What do we think of his formation here? Looks like he's keen to put me under as much pressure as possible. Now, I know that some people like to drop men wider out on the flanks to try and cover as much as possible. At this stage, I'm trying to be quite conservative, and with only movement 6, I want to try and make sure that I can create a cage on either side that will be quite secure. And I guess we'll see how I'll do that in a second. It's quite self-evident but that's how I want to do it now. After the disaster of the last drive, I think we picked up another reroll there, which is handy because we used them all up. Go, bring down the beast with Bob. Got a blitz lined up here. Okay. Now we're forming a little cage at the back here, I think. Just a handoff, not a pass. A nice dirty foul to KO the beast. Who did that? Was that Hernando Hernia Higgins? Okay, he'll be a bit pissed for me knocking his beast out. So here comes the pain. Now I don't like getting myself caught in this position here, this little Y shape that he's produced on me. I think the way I formed up encouraged him to do that, and so something worth noting. As a result, I have to work my drive towards that in order to kind of free up those players, or at least that's what I think I have to do. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't think he should have stepped in there. Greed reroll for the kill. What have we got in turn 7? We'll be able to get through. Blitz from Bob. But no joy. Now it looks like I'm trying to create a channel here to move the ball through, right? But for some reason, I go and stand beside that zombie there and kind of make a bit of a silly sort of cage. A very unsecure one. I take the ogre hit, but to no joy. I just shove the ogre right in there to try and prevent them reforming, putting pressure on my cage. Dodged out to get the foul there, and I'm rewarded. Was it worth it? In retrospect, I feel like it wasn't. To spend the reroll. But then again, we are, I'd say, pretty dire straits here now, because he just covers that corner of the cage over here. That leaves us with the 1 dicer coming up. In the meantime, he's just beating up my ogre and my other guy over here. This is what I mean now, because those guys haven't been able to shift over. I feel like they've done their job. It takes a reroll, but he gets the pat on the zombie blitz. Zombie rotter, whatever they're called. And not only that, but he recovers the ball. And off he pops. See you later. Now, because of where all my guys are, I still feel like I've got a reasonable chance of recovering the ball. But another one KO'd, well done. Mash another rotter here. You know, I'm feeling confident that we won't concede another touchdown before the half, but a poorly judged decision to try and knock the ball back so that I had a slim chance of getting the touchdown. The aim being that as I hit this guy, the ball would just kind of go back into the left, JFK style, and maybe the ball would scatter again even further to my Edge 4 player here, who, if Bob could dodge out and into the end zone, might be able to receive a miracle pass. But yeah. Instead, I should have just not taken the go for it to get the knockdown and prevent the potential score. And there it is. Help prevent the potential score. But that was my last turn in this drive, in this half. There you are, one go for it for a 2-0. But he doesn't make it, and because he's run out of rerolls too, that's no dice. Turnover, and on to the second half. The Beast and the Rotter come back. Obviously none of my guys that are off are coming back, and the players head back out onto the field. I'm going to take a little break for the time being, but for you guys it will be as though I never left, so perhaps I shouldn't have said anything. Okay, we're back, and we've got coffee. My mood is much improved, and I'm looking forward to seeing what we can drum up in the next half. Now obviously we're going to be kicking to our opponent, so I think what I'm trying to do here is put my defence as high up as possible. He's not too fast as a team, so he won't be able to absolutely swamp my defence. You know, put up a viable screen deep in my half. Quite happy with that, and as such I've decided to be quite aggressive. We'll see if that pays off for us. It's an interesting challenge playing with this team. Often in my mind, I'm always trying to play very, very conservatively. But as a coach, I definitely get brilliant coaching. I think we got the reroll there. Yep, we get that. You know, so the question, I get carried away and try to play too aggressively often. But I think it's the only way to play with these guys. A little bit like halflings, you've got to sort of go all or nothing. But sometimes I make the wrong decision. I'm absolutely sure there's a coach out there who could do this better. Those weren't the dice he was looking for, so he looked again and only got a push. Nice power there on the line. And another one for luck. I think we got pretty lucky there. So as we approach the end of his turn, I'm thinking to myself, he's very baseable. Right now I'm thinking that. I don't know what I was thinking at the time. But it doesn't look I'm going aggressive at the moment. Setting something up. Okay, so here comes the blitz. Chips off a corner of the line. Not sure that does anything for me. Just gives me hits on the line. I think I'm just trying to make him feel like going left isn't what he wants to do at this moment. All of his slow players are kind of on the right here, and I'm essentially making a big gap, trying to force him down this way. Largely because that's where my ogre is. So the Slugman goes down again, but gets right back up and comes at Newton. Battering my line. It's when I'm taking these hits that I automatically assume that I've done something wrong. I shouldn't be bashing against these guys, but I always feel as though when I'm marking players, they can't do anything other than hit me. I am the faster team in this scenario, generally speaking, across the board. So I feel as though I can get enough people back to recover. Yeah. Just not letting him wedge himself in there and get that extra bit of movement. He's freed up people there for me, and I'm quite happy for him to do that. That's fine by me. I start the turn by getting the ogre up. And once again, I'm just trying to take my punches up on the line. I feel like I've got enough material to throw back to cover that side. Now that he's committed, that's what I want to do, is close that door. This is me not wanting to base up, so I've got people I can run back. Here we go. Just clock up the assist and get a little bit of cover. There's my strip ball there, just come back. Here comes Bob. Big power Bob. Now that's a stun, and I should leave that. But I don't. I'm trying to come in here for the foul. I obviously fail my go for it, take a reroll. And I go for it anyway. Yeah, you know, I already got the stun. I should have been happy with it and moved on. But again, to my mind, I always feel like I'm behind in the race for removals, and fouls are usually one of my best weapons. You shouldn't really do it unless you have bribes and stuff. But you know, this is where we are at the moment, and I've probably made another bad decision there. As you can see, he's decided to retreat a little bit here, but I think he's left quite thin cover, considering I've got quite a considerable consolidation of resources on this right side. And I can't really remember this game, but I would assume that I try to make him regret that. There goes Newton. And he's just made it even thinner. Here we go. Down goes that rotter. We'll follow up. Now it's round about here that I'll make another questionable decision. We moved Dingo the Drunk up there, and next here comes Bert Kismet. For some reason, not only am I going for it, I'm dodging into that square beside him. That's greed. I'm trying to really pen him in there, and I feel like I can do it on a 3-up. But obviously it's a go for it as well, and I haven't made it. Now, once again, I've managed to get 2 guys pinned in here. This is something that I really need to stop doing. Okay, so that's not actually a bad result for me. If he makes the dodge here, obviously I'm in trouble, but he's used his reroll already. He's pulling his resources back. And he tries to dodge, doesn't make it. And the ball scatters very favourably for me. Okay, so what do you do when you've got a reroll in the bank and a scattered ball? You stand your ogre up, stand all your guys up, and collect the ball. That seems to be all the cover I can afford at the moment. Make some hits in the middle. Don't get anything better than a push. Dodge through to get the assist here on that Warrior of Nurgle, and then fail a dodge somewhere back here. Not too sure what I was trying to accomplish with that. I feel as though I should have been trying to make the hit here. Bob takes a big hit from the beast, but it's fine. All the greed rerolls were displaying at each other today. Okay. Just pushes. Right, now I just want to look at this situation. I think this is a bad situation for that creature. I was unfortunate not making that go for it just to cover here, but what I would normally do here is attempt to surf, so I'm assuming that's what I do. Yep. Yeah. For some reason I try and blitz with the guy who's covered by tentacles. I don't know why I do that. I think it's because it's an Edge 4 guy and I think he's going to get out. I don't imagine I would have forgotten about tentacles. I try and bring my guys back. I even soaked up a reroll on it. I should have done is try to blitz with him and just scored a turn later. Instead I tried to go for a naked go for it to try and score. And I'm knocked out for my troubles. So yeah, I feel like I was making the right decisions right up until that point. That last turn was really bad for me. And as you can see now, it's not a very favourable position at all. just frees up his buddy there. Follows up for some reason. I don't know if I'd have done that. Ponce goes down. But so does the rotter. That makes it our turn. I cover the ball, which I think is quite sensible. I don't know if I misclicked that. Maybe I was just trying to free him up. Yes, I was just trying to free him up to try and go for the lucky score. Here we go. Managed to pick it up, make 2 go for it, score. Exactly what I didn't do the last time. I just got lucky. Well done, Dingo. You've had a great game. There's my cheerleaders. Hello, ladies. Rotter stays knocked out. Terrible Kaz box. Yeah, bad decisions I made in this game. It makes me feel as though I could have won it if I hadn't just tried so heavily to rely on my luck. You know, from the first turn of the game, I can see errors in how I approached, in ways that I could have been more conservative and, you know, maybe a little bit more boring, but ultimately probably a lot safer and could have taken the win here today. Not giving up on giving up so many blocks on key individuals, but then again, the other coach was trying to enforce his will on the game too, and to a certain extent was able to do that. We get another team re-roll. Nuffle has favoured us today. There you go. Brave Sir Rotter. No, he's going to try and create scoring threats here, and that's what he's put these beastmen all aligned for. That's as far as he seems to dare take them. Then you need to go for it each now to score in the next turn, unless I can do something about it. Then he takes 6 on the line, which is very sensible. Obviously, I feel as though I can do something about this situation, and I doubt he'll be scoring in the next half, in the next turn. Well done, you guys, taking it on the line there. It brings down a warrior of Nurgle. There you go. I'll move some guys in the way here to potentially intercept, and then I'm going to mark up. That's what Naomi would do. I assume that's what Past Me was going to do, but we'll see. Past Me has already done a bunch of stuff that I probably wouldn't do. So, you know, in hindsight, it's really good to watch these games and see exactly where you've gone wrong, what you could do better, and so on. I'm enjoying it. There we are. We get the knockdown there with Bob. Always nice to have a bit of strength 4 on your team. No armor break though. Okay. I don't think that's particularly scoreable now. Why do I keep pushing that button? God damn it. It's almost like he's not interested in attempting the pass anymore. Oh, maybe he is. He's trying to blitz here. Okay. God. But yeah, after after slithering all the way, that was that beast was nailing it. They're absolutely tearing it up. Okay, last turn. I just take some powers. Don't need to do anything. This is a draw, and so you know, against a team with skills that isn't ridiculous, I think the Linos have done pretty well today. So yeah, give it up for the Linos. I'm very fond of this team. So it finished 1-1. Norris the Punts Pod took the MVP, but I think that it was Dingo the Drunk who picked up the score, and also got a KO earlier on. Generally played really, really well throughout the match. But then again, also did our captain, who Bobcats. Have a look, see here. Okay, there he is down there. Yeah, he also had a really good game. You know, held it together in that second half, and I'm very proud of the guys. Looking forward to the next match. Thanks very much for listening. Like, share and subscribe, do all that good stuff if you think it's worth it. If not, a rose. This is kind of a hobby for me anyway. So yeah, thanks again.